All right, so here we go. You know what it is, folks? It is time for another live tapering of the show. Let me set my do not disturby because India and Jill got a lot to talk about this morning. I don't know what they're doing, but they're bugging me in my pocket. Hello, India and Jill. What time is it? Rich, you know what song I'm gonna start thinking? I'm gonna start thinking about Morris Day. Oh, oh, and I'm gonna. Sorry, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. All right, so let me, five the notion, and we're good to go. So what we're gonna do is do what we normally do over these here parts. Is we kind of set up the little notion, let you guys see how to do a pre-game. Normal people do this mess before, but we like to show you so that you can feel, I don't know what the word is, you can feel real.
Included, yeah.
There you go. That's the right word. He dumb. What do you want? What do you want from me? Look at this.
Okay.
Yo, Mary Lou has been in the notioning. She has been all up in here. Mark, I don't think Rich was asking you what time it is. I think I said, folks, you know what time it is. And Rich, being Rich, goes, what time is it? Man, we're going to teach Mark about sarcasm this year. All right, there we go. Let's go. Good to see you, brother. Up in here. See you.
Maybe there was also a sarcastic answer, you know?
Dude, it's Rich. That's all you need to know.
Things.
It's my homie. All right, so today, man, you know, here's what's phenomenal, right? The other day, we recorded episode 4 because I couldn't stream on Tuesday because I had to do some actual work that day. And so Mary Lou and I recorded like Thursday, which was fun. It's different not doing it with y'all here. It's totally different, but it was still kind of fun. And then I decided that I'm going to do something crazy and edit that sucker on Final Cut Pro on my iPad. So hopefully I can do it either later today or tomorrow. If I can, I'll do it live. If not, I'm going to have to do it just fast, and I'll try to, like, I don't know, screen record. You know, iPad can screen record. I'll screen record part of it, or like set up the Osmo and let it look at my hands moving 100 miles an hour. But this would be interesting to see if you can, I know you can. It's just how irritating it would be to edit the full podcast on there. And the other thing is like how close I can make it look to what I have set up in Final Cut, considering that there's no plugins. Maybe one of the other things I could do is just do all the edits, put all the text things in place, but just leave them labeled as text, and then bring it into regular Final Cut and then put the polish on, right? The other thing that would be super interesting is now that there's been updates, the scenery, I really do want to do it in scenery because it's faster to me. The last time I just didn't do it because it was a big ass file and it was going to take us forever for that file to get there. So I was just like, let me just get this done because I am going to turn on the host today. And once I turn on the host, what's cool is, and I think a lot of people don't do this, this is something that I've been thinking we should do a long time ago, is we will come out the gate with 5 episodes. So that way, the thinking behind that, let's make us big-headed, while Mary Lou is looking at her feet. The thinking
I have my little monitor here. I'm doing notes. I'm working on the show.
The thing about coming out with 5 episodes out the gate, hey, I don't know why. Like, Paul left, and I'm thinking it changed on our screen, but it's only in the Zoom meeting. Paul just went into Mark's room. He just got up and he walked towards Mark. Is that if someone comes to your thing and they really like it, right, for them to have something else and, you know, something else, right? So not dissimilar from the way, you know, Netflix would do like half the series and then you got to wait. Or like Apple loves to drop 3 episodes and then leave you for 2 weeks and then come back through. So my thinking behind that was, let us start already with the base. Hello, can you go? Sorry, I'm gonna stop. And then be able to work from there. Now, the other thing that I wanted to bring out real quick, because I was so excited, I had to text Mary Lou. I was like, Mary Lou. Yo, we got us a comment. Wait, I should have screenshotted it first. Let me go and get this. We got us a comment from a person, and I was just like, yo, we got a first good comment. I actually like it. Dude kind of wrote a little bit of a story, but it was just amazing.
But it was so good.
It was just amazing that somebody, took time out of their day to go there and write a comment. And the thing about it, now, people, we love you, but it was the fact that it wasn't even any of you guys. It was somebody that, is not part of our normal tribe that came in and wrote the comment. I think that also just means that it's working. That means that we're doing what we want. Who the heck just broke through the ping silence? Oh, Paul, I see. The guy who knows that where I'm at, he's ping. Dang it, Paul. Why are you laughing?
Aloha, everybody.
No, stop talking, Doc. Let me get over here. Let me go to the browser. Did I catch it? Yes, I did. All right, here we go. So this guy, he made a comment, and it says, guys, this is effing fabulous. Somebody needs to chime in, so I'll do it. Lots of things to unpack here, but let's start with the final point. You went from talking about community engagement to folks getting help in whatever form that makes meaning. And I firmly believe that I'm sorry, my eyeballs are messing me up, that all is correct, but also connected. Okay. Because none of us, not one soul is apart. We're all connected in any way. So nobody is self-made. Very true. On an island. Well, I'm on an island. Off the grid. No, but you're still somehow connected, right? So whether it's stuff like therapy or there's little stuff where's that button? If we establish communication with one another, it's help, it's support, it's community. Nice work. Looking forward to the next chapter. There you go. So, and I agree with this person. What was the name? Song Dog Music. Love it. Because I fully believe in the butterfly effect. I believe in this knock-on effect. So I mentioned it in this actual episode that I think it's important to be nice to people. And so even when the person at Starbucks is like having a day, like I always crack jokes with them, right? If I notice the person right before me gave the counter person a really jacked up interaction, I make sure that I can come in and say something nice or say something funny or just try to break that. Because I've totally seen at Delta in Atlanta when somebody pissed off the girl at the counter and then the next three people come in hot, like it just got piled on. And so by the time it was my time to get to the counter, I was like, listen, Claudette, I'm going to need you to get up, walk over there to that corner and just scream F you really loud into the back room and then come back because I'm not going to yell at you. So I'll give you a second. Like, I can be late. And then she laughed and she goes, no, I'm good. I go, no. I'm a doctor. So I'm going to need you to just go over to that little room, open the door and just go really loud and then come back. And then so she did, and she came back, and she was cracking up laughing. She goes, damn, that felt good. She goes, what kind of doctor? I go, none. I was lying. I'm just Doc Rock. That's just my name. I'm a YouTuber. And she just laughed even more hard. The other girls at the counter was rolling. And then so they were like, yeah, unfortunately, your plane is jacked. So what we can do, though, is we can hook you up with the Ramada, and, you'll be good to go. Just come back in the morning. The flight's good. I'm like, all right, gravy. And then I was like, it's my first time in the airport, so like, where should I go to get food or whatever? And then she's like, I tell you what, go downstairs and then go to this restaurant. And it was like a soul food restaurant or whatever. I didn't know, it's the dude from Food Network, G. Gordon or Gordon, something like that. He's like a barbecue king on Food Network. And then she gave me these coupons. And I went down there and I got a full ass plate, nice room, like the whole 9 yards. And all I had to do was take a minute to tell her to chill because like 3 people in a row yelled at her like she flies freaking planes. Like, what is wrong with you people? Like, why do you yell at the plane lady? She can't fly. You know what I mean? And I was like, bruh, it's better It's stupid, Luis. It's better to just take a moment and like be kind. Like why are you? What are you gonna yell at her for? Right? Like what are you gonna yell at her for? Same with trolls. Like anybody that take advice from the trolls, like trolls ain't never helped nobody. So anyway, let's get this fired up. Mary Lou, what are you thinking about?
I'm pulling a comment that's part of our setup for today.
Oh, nice. Dang, this girl is good. Y'all don't know, dude. Mary Lou she good. Hey, let's see. Everybody's here. Yolanda is in the building. From a real person. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, doing the same thing. Come 5 or 6 episodes out of the gate. Give them something to binge. Very much so, Luis. Very much so. Boom. It's howdy doody time. Man, only like Paul, Gretchen, myself, maybe Rich even knows what that is. Boom. This is so good. Oh, this week I got to see Val shared a video of her son singing like his next track. Oh my God, it's so good. It's absolutely amazing. All right, so that's all there. All right, we're good. We're good. So yeah, I'm just super stoked about the fact that we got, so many in a row handled. And this episode 4, y'all gotta watch. It's funny once I get it out because I got to be a Swiftie. All right, so let's see. We're gonna go into what is our question of today? Yeah, that's a good question. I'm curious for our audience while we're setting this up. Who is having issues figuring out their niche? Like, please let us know in the comment section and below. That will be just dandy. Oh, yeah, the other day, too, we built a custom GPT to help us. A GPIT, there you go. We built a custom GPIT to help ourselves out, which was kind of cool.
A custom jeepney.
Oh, here it is. From Terrence. I did see Terrence comment. Let me download this image. See, this is what's really cool about Notion is I can do that, and then I can go comment from Terrence. Man, I'm going to Japan, but the wrong side. So otherwise, I would go roll up in Terrence's house and be like, "Hey, dude, I'm in Japan." But we'll see Terrence at camp. So I'm like, he's in Tokyo, and I'm going to Fukuoka, which is like all the way at the south. I'm going to the Florida of Japan. Well, no, it's not that bad, but I mean, it's at the bottom. Sorry, Luis. All right, so that's cool. Oh yeah, we have to pick out these weeks. Let me think. I have so many good ones. I have so
You guys, this custom GPT that like Doc built, I'm like in there right now. So I'm like getting hooks and I'm getting title ideas and like it's really cool. Like if you can get to where you can start to build that for your own show, it's like it's not giving me the exact answers I want, but like it's still a baby, but it definitely is getting started in a really good way.
And now because of the memory feature, it will start to learn what it is that you're trying to give it. You know what I mean? So that's part that I really like about how these things work. Let me do this real quick. I have so many picks with the week, I can't even tell you. So I have to narrow it down. Last week, Mary Lou gave you a kind of pricey one. So I'm going to give you one that's not quite as pricey.
No, my pick of the week this week is very cheap.
Oh, okay. I like
Did you see it? It's in there already.
Wait. No. That's a sponsor. Oh, there it is. Oh.
This week, brought to you by Lumify.
Oh, what is it?
You know Lumify?
I think I know what it is.
It's like
Oh
an eye
yeah,
drop.
yeah. There you go.
So if your
I
eyes are red because of whatever
smoking
reasons,
weed. Oh,
crying.
sorry, different show.
You know, I feel like we lead very different lives.
That's
But that's
funny.
like it was like it's been in my kit forever since like the beginning of on camera stuff. To be able to just clear things out. Because sometimes my eyes are just dry, but it doesn't just moisturize, it takes out the redness.
Okay, I'm gonna go cheap then too, cause this one I actually really
Oh,
really like. Let me go here. Y'all gonna laugh at our picks of the week because these ones are gonna both be borderline silly. Super funny. Oh, but it's mine's is good. Mine's is really really good. So there's tons of these on the market, but this one tastes phenomenal, and they have like chicken, mushroom, but one of the ones that they have is called ramen. So you take that, it tastes better and it's more healthy than the crap that comes in the packages. But you just mix that, you throw the package of the one that you buy with the cheap noodles out, and then you just put the noodles in there, and then you got ramen with like better soup that won't kill you. Boom. There we go.
fun. Look at us. These are fun. Because
Yeah.
the pick of the weeks, right? It's not necessarily content creator stuff. It's just stuff
Yeah, that we about
there's
that
info
life.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Right?
thank
Like
you.
when you get into episode 4, when you guys see that, like we talk a little bit about that. Like you need to pull inspo from everywhere, not just from
Inspo from everywhere.
creator
Okay.
world.
All right, so what are we going to put in for our question of the day?
The question of the day. Well, if we want to keep it related to finding a niche, because so like like we're talking about finding a niche, but like it's kind of a counter to that, because
Yeah.
like I think you both know, you all know, like we have differing opinions than a lot of the internet on this niche thing. And if it could be something like that, it's like the worst advice you got about picking a niche, or a niche you picked that was not correct, something you've learned from going down the wrong path, I think could be interesting.
Okay. I'm
If
down
we
with
want to keep it
whatever. I'm down for
simpler.
whatever.
Okay, let's think about it for a second, but I want you to answer this little card deck.
She got these cards. I got
Tell
those
me
in my pocket.
the moth cards.
No. Mine's is Podex.
Cool. These are prepare a story about diving in head first. I want you to tell us a time you almost hit bottom.
Oh. Like, well, I could do that one really.
Yeah.
Jumping out the plane and the chute didn't open. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's like a physical one, right? You like
uh-oh.
really did.
But I like to make it more relatable because most people aren't going to do that. God, I've done that many a times. Like, starting businesses without thinking it all the way through, like going all the way in and, having it not work out. Yeah.
Yeah, give me a specific.
Man, when you're my age, there's a lot. What was the one? Okay, so my buddies and I, we were on this thing where it's just funny now. My buddy Chris, Rob, James, whatever, we're all roommates. We had a big old house we used to call Smurf Village. And the reason why we called it Smurf Village is that whenever we would bring somebody to the house, instead of going straight up the hill, it's like the very almost top of this mountain. You go up at the top of the hill and you turn right down the driveway, you pull into the house. It's that easy. But what we used to do is come from the backside of the mountain through the industrial park, because industrial parks, all the buildings look the same, right? So you drive through there and you do zigzags up the back streets, around the elementary school, and then pull to the house. So they call it Smurf Village because if you always brought somebody that way, they would never randomly show up to your house because that's just too complicated. So we were like, just enjoying that time of life. And when we first moved in together, we all kind of worked at the mall. And we met each other from just like going on breaks and stuff all the time together. They all used to come to my club. We became best of friends. And we decided that, you know what would be really cool? We should just do like temp agency type stuff and just go have fun doing all of these myriad random jobs and just make money that way. Because at the time, there's something called Kelly Staffing. I think it's a national company, but it was really popular here. So we would always just go every day and we'd go down to the staffing place and then we would take whatever kind of random jobs that they have. And I swear it sent us on some of the craziest things. But one day we all got sent to go work at the cold storage place. And we're all massively hungover because, you know, at that night I was DJing like 6-7 nights a week. And we end up at Unicold or whatever the heck it's called. And it's a giant cold storage place. And I mean, dude, you're in the North Pole all freaking day with a hangover, moving like frozen meat and all other kind of accoutrements around. And it was absolutely horrible. And I think it was that day we decided, yo, we should just stick to our regular jobs. This thing, I don't know what movie we saw or TV show we saw that made us think we could do this, but it was things like passing out flyers at some kind of event, or, you know, doing the things in Costco where you got to like tell people to buy something and to give them a sample kind of thing. This is before Costco had their own sample team, but in the beginning you would do demonstrations at Sears. It was all kind of dumb stuff. But that day at Unico, that was so horrible. And I'm like, I can't believe that we thought that would be a good idea. The only saving grace is that it's Hawaii, so you can go outside eventually and get warm. But that was super stupid for a bunch of kids from Hawaii to be working in a massive industrial freezer. That's probably the one that I thought was super stupid. And I never did temp work ever. Not again. Not happening. That shit's stupid, bro.
I remember doing an interview for a temp agency, and part of the test was knowing that you need to watch where you're walking when you go up and down the stairs. And I was like, I don't think this is for me. I was like, this is the level of people we're looking for. Like, I'm gonna go do something else.
If they have to give you that instruction, you're already screwed.
Well, like, not that I'm screwed, that it's like, I think I can be a better use elsewhere.
There you go. It might be cost effective, but I'm not cheap. That's super funny. That's super funny.
Rich Graham they would hide in the freezer and suck on whipped cream cans. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, that's super funny. Why is my brother talking about Tamagotchi? Oh yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh my God. June, shut up. Dude, my brother out here snitching in these woods. Me and my homies, before it became popular in the US, we got some of the original, you remember Tamagotchi, the little guy like this, and you had to babysit the egg? Because of Hawaii's proximity to Japan, we get all the Japan trends long before the US. And so we just knew this was going to be a hit. So we went and kind of made knockoff Tamagotchi. And we bought thousands of them. Made a deal with the Long's Drugstore here, which is a big drugstore chain. Actually, they have where Paul lives, right? Because they're from Walnut Creek, Cali. But we made a deal with Long's Drugstore. We were out slinging these Tamagotchis. And then, Bondi was like, who did what? We're like,
oh,
who? Us? We don't know what you're talking about. Zen Shiranai, yo. But we had like thousands of little Tamagotchis and Tetrises that we made. Just, oh my God, shut up, June. That hurts. That was painful. I thought I was going to be a billionaire, bro.
All right, so question a day I put in for the audience. What are some topics you feel like you could go all in on, and why? How does that feel for you?
I like it. It's to me, I think when you pick it up, it's almost like I think Alicia and Luis and I had this conversation. We were in Orlando. What is something you can literally sit down with somebody without practice, without thinking about, without, like writing notes? What is something you can sit down and just talk to somebody ad nauseum about? Like Cat and Bridgerton and
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, House of Dragons, or Pokemon for some folks. Right.
So then before we go into it, so I broke down the kind of our bullets into purpose, person, and project. I mean, this could go all sorts of different ways, but I was just trying to find some like cutesy way that all kind of go together. The order can change, or it could be something different.
I like it. I like it this way. I like it this way. Person, purpose, and project. Yeah. And then plus the alliteration makes it easier to stick in people's bronze.
Mm-hmm. And this is just a method. Like there's tons of different ways to do this, but this is a way that I kind of face things.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
All right.
All right. So we have our sponsor spot. So hook. So I'll say the hook, and then you'll be like, this is creators Unstuck, blah, blah, blah. Then we're here for this. We'll get our question, and then we'll set up the show with what Terrence had mentioned to us.
Ernesto, that's funny. Ernesto said, for me, I'd be talking about the Phoenix Suns. NBA conspiracy theories are wild. I love it. I love it. No, that would be just YouTube is on a mission. But that's it. Let me send you the secret squirrels. Okay, let me do this. Let me talk to you. Copy the link. There we go. Let me talk to you. So they got them apple bottom jeans boots with the fur. Sorry, I'm tripping.
Whole world looking at squirrels.
He hit the flow. Next thing you know, so they get low.
So while we're getting this set up, you guys in the chat, are you guys stuck on niche? Have you been stuck on niche? How do you feel about niche? Like I have pretty strong feelings about niche that are not necessarily good. But at least there's methods. I got strategies. I want to know what y'all think.
Dude, I like it. I like it a lot. All right, cool. We got this. View your channel. Man, all right. Got it. Let me do this. Don't talk to us. Be quiet. Bingo. Now we're square. Yes. All right, we go to the notion. We're gonna need a notion.
Pardon this notion
of calamine lotion. As a
There's a couple different
content
songs in
creator, you have to. Have you ever found yourself stuck on the niche dilemma? I know I have. From the comments that some of you have too. Sorry, my brain doesn't do that. Today on Creators Stuck Up, we're going to get into it, gangster. All right, cool.
Cool. And then when I say that, then you'll go into your the intro.
Welcome to Creators Unstuck. Right. We are blah 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 talking to this audience. Okay, cool. We got that. And I like the way he said, empower diverse creators to remove roadblocks, both real and perceived, so they can transform their creativity into action.
Which we've never said all of that. That's just what
it's just the general frame face. It's a ding dong. Yo, it's not working. Let me see. Let me talk to you. All right, that works. That works. That
Creator
works.
Stuck Up is the after show.
There we go. Now we got Janet. I found her. I found her. That way she don't have to watch commercials. Commercials. Dude, I don't know how you guys do it, but anybody who does what we do, and I listen, I would turn off the heat before I turn off YouTube Premium. I cannot watch freaking commercials, bro. I would get a blanket. Because the YouTube commercials are like all over the map and they're long and I won't say they're dumb because I might run one day, but they're a mess. So I can't believe how much premium had changed my life. Like, especially because we live in
I love
YouTube.
YouTube Premium. I would get rid of all the streaming stuff.
Yeah, I would keep that
Premium
one.
would you have to pry that out of my hands.
My cold dead hands. Okay, this brings up something cool. So I've been saying this for a hot minute now. I know some of y'all think I'm crazy, and I know this because I have gotten this stat. Thank you, AT. I love you, girl. I've gotten these stats from a couple different newsletters, but there is a recent report dropped up, and Kevin sent it, and it was like, yeah, this, let's see, where'd he go? Where's Kevin? It's like YouTube has absolutely surpassed all the other streaming companies. It was on boardroom.com. Here, let me show y'all. Where the hell browser? Boom. YouTube viewership on US TVs now outpaces all other streaming platforms. I've been saying this. Y'all be thinking I'm crazy. I be trying to tell y'all. Listen, it's the answer. It is the answer. So when people are like, oh, but I don't want to do a video podcast, I'm like, cool. I'm not going to try to convince you anymore. I tried to convince people for 2.5 years. I'm done. Now I'm just going to tell you, and you can be like, whatever, dude. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So there is so much momentum behind what's going on YouTube. And like I said before, every single TV has a YouTube button. Like, it is crazy not to be getting your video podcast out now. Just saying. I really just crazy. That's right. All right, so we got I think we're ready. Anything else we're missing?
Ready. I think we've got what we need.
We got, you know how we do. We just work.
We got what we need to make it happen.
To make it work. Come on now, work it to the bone, bone, bone. Sorry. I'm going to make a new window.
I'm so glad that you guys get to witness this because, like, once we've done this now a couple of times, like, it's going to get to, like, eventually we'll just be like, here's the general thing. We'll know what we're talking about and we'll just go. Like, we'll have to fill out less in the form.
I still struggle with, there's a lot of people in our midst that are like, still talking about like their little script and this, that, and the next thing. And I'm like, I don't know how you could just do this like scripted. I just don't. I really don't. Like, it's too boxy.
Yeah, I don't think a podcast is scripted. Now you're getting into a presentation.
Dude, so many people be scripting their podcasts. And I'm like, but what? I mean, if you're doing a true crime story and you got to follow some lines, I understand that. But I can tell when they are, and I can tell when they're off the cuff, right? I can tell when they let the conversation go or where they try to box it in. I do not like the ones where let me be boxing up my conversation. Damn it.
I don't know. What do you guys prefer the scripted ones, or you want to make a scripted one? Don't do it. It's more better. Learn how to be a good conversationalist. It's going to serve you in all of life. Because being a good like script reader is only good in like certain places, but learning to be a good conversationalist.
Hi, I am Doc Rock.
Great everywhere.
I would like to entice you to check out Evelyn Speed Wood Reading Course. I went to Evelyn Speed Wood Reading Course, and now I can read a book like this. It's very important that not only will you learn to read faster, you will learn to comprehend more of the things you read. Go through such great novels like War and Peace in a matter of hours, just with the help of Evelyn Speed Wood Reading Course. That's what y'all sound like. That's what y'all sound like, bro.
I wish you could have a feed of the Zoom group because we're all in here just like
It's recording.
SMH.
Dude, okay, who in the family room is old enough to remember the Evelyn Wood speed reading course? There you go. Right? But I always thought it was funny to call it the Evelyn Speed Wood reading course. That's what you look like, bro. Yo, hold on. Let me get a quick shot of the Zoom posse today. Come on, y'all. Y'all making my mans feel good. Let me go ahead and get a little screen shoot. And we're gonna save this for the creators Unstuck. There you go. We're gonna save this for the creators Unstuck when we bring out our Christmas album, right? We have that's the Zoom room kicking in. You wouldn't know how to get in the Zoom room. You just got to be a member of myself or Mary Lou. So simple. Then you get in. There you go. That's even different. That's even funnier. All right, how you doing? Good to see you, Mr. Hassan. All right, we're gonna dive in. Everybody, we're gonna breathe it out real quick. I think we got every stuff in place. I'm going to start and stop the recording. I'm Woosad. I have my beverage. I must anti-lip the lips real quick. Man, if you guys ever get on, maybe it doesn't affect everybody, but doctor put me on a torvastatin and it cracks my lips and it hurts. Especially because I like hot sauce. And yesterday I made some spicy wings while I was watching Sean Evans and Vince Vaughn. Vince Vaughn is one of the funniest hot wings dudes ever. Hot ones. Vince Vaughn is so good. Oh my God. Paul found a picture of Evelyn Wood. Paul is no good. I'm going to ignore Paul right now. Stop it. Stop it. Okay.
Strick is here. Hey, Strick.
Right? He is up in here. Thank you, AT. That's going to be that's the other show. That is the other show.
The Christmas special.
The Christmas special. All right, let's get the recording started. I'm going to start. Ooh, dude, you did not just do that. Dang it. Sometimes when you let the scroll wheel scroll, it can get bad. It can get bad for everybody. Let me put this back here. And right about there. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Okay, no more clicking stuff. I'm going to disable my scroll wheel when I stream. All right. Sort of clean.
Do you guys do warm-ups?
I do.
I know Doc does because I've seen it, but does everybody else do?
Dude, that comes from improv, radio, acting. You got to do your warm-ups. I can't do it today. Sometimes
red leather,
it works.
yellow leather,
Sometimes.
red leather, yellow leather.
Yellow baby buggy bumpers, yellow baby buggy bumpers, yellow baby buggy bumpers. Peter Piper picked pepper and rum, something fell down, but this was kind of happy name was Nemo, but he was great. Jam Master was there, but a little boy peep called lost a sheep, and Rip Van Winkle full of hell asleep, and Alice Little Daily in one hand, and Jack with the beat whoop in his hand. Everybody, you know that down, turned everybody wobble, but don't fight down. Boom.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. So other words can't deny.
Other
When the
words
girl
can't
walks
deny.
up and they the race, when the girl goes in your face, you get sprung. That's the best way to
All
do
right.
your warm ups is sing your favorite rap song as fast as you can. There you go.
I'm gonna train some Busta Rhymes.
Oh, I can do that. Yellow bottle teens. Yellow bottle teens. Talking about that song?
Any of
When you
them.
get up with the feeling, when you come get around, get away,
That
get
one.
away, get away. You know we got to do it every day. They stop. You know the beat ever stop in. You know the beat ever stop in. Everybody stop in. Then you got to stop. Then every time I come and get it, then I got to throw it. Then I got to get it. Then I got to blue it. Then I got to shoot it. Then I got to throw it. Then talk about that song.
That's the one I want to learn. Rich is saying do some improv warm-ups. Those are like a really good with like multiple groups in person because those improv warm-ups are for like connecting you with your team.
There we go.
So you're like passing, if it's like, but I feel like I wonder what those would look like digital. I know they figured it out by now, but it's been a long time since I took an improv class.
All right, let me stop and start the recording.
As a content creator, have you ever felt stuck in the niche dilemma?
4, 5. Okay, start.
Okay, we're gonna get into it.
Counting it down in 5.
As a content creator, have you ever found yourself stuck in what I like to call the niche dilemma? Now, I know that I have, and due to some of the comments you guys have already left us, thank you for those. We know that you have too. Today on Creators Unstuck, we're going to get into it.
You got a niche down to blow up. That's what they say. Anyway, we are Creators Unstuck. This show is designed specifically for you. You are a creator. We're looking for diverse creators, trying to empower them, try to help them get rid of some of these roadblocks that you have in your head. We want to be almost like therapy, but we therapy in each other. Basically, we decided to do this show for ourselves to keep our brains working. And we're like, you know what? We should just invite other people to see how we process the craziness that goes on inside of our heads. There is a clown riding a tricycle around in circles in there right now. You want to play a game? So we like to get into this through honest conversations. Yeah, some things are tough, but sometimes the truth hurts. But you know what? We're going to not only give you the truth and it hurts, and we're going to give you the bacitration if you're old enough to remember that, or Bactine if you're older than that. Put a little mercurochrome on it and get back to work. So welcome to Creators Unstuck. Oh, what is the question for today, Lou?
Ooh, question for today. Okay. I want to know what some topics are that you guys in our community could go all in on, whether that's what your content is about or not. Like, what is the things that you are obsessed with that like we could talk about nonstop? Because that's a good basis for finding your thing to talk about.
Music nonstop. Sorry, I have.
There's like a whole podcast of just Doc singing songs. We're just going to yell out. We're just going to pull out of a bucket word, and then you just go.
I'm going to try to go with it. That would be super funny. I like this question because when I was at a conference recently, and we were talking with some creators, and like, I'm really down. I want to do this podcast thing. I have so many topics that I could talk about, but I don't know which one I want to pick. So they were kind of stuck with, I have a bunch of things that I like. And I was like, I fully understand that, but honestly, you got to pick one. Now, that becomes part of the conversation around niches, because for as long as I've been at this YouTube coaching game, one of the first things we always tell people to do is you got to pick a niche. And then there's people that say, no, I don't want to. And you can do a Swiss Army knife channel. I don't have my Swiss Army knife here. You could do a Swiss Army knife channel and be about all myriad things, but you kind of sort of want to be known for one. And I get it. And I have some arguments to go through. I don't want to give them all away just yet. We're going to dive into them more, but I just want to say, me personally, and I don't know if you differ, I think it's very important that you do settle in on a niche. And I have a reason for that, but we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah, my personal feelings around niche is that it is important, but I think where the disconnect happens, I know it was for me, is that like I was the same in college. If I pick a major, this is my entire identity. If I pick a niche, it's my entire identity. This is a project. Your YouTube channel, your creator life, this is a singular thing. You are still multifaceted. Mr. Camera Junkie has a thing that he does on his channel. It's very clear, but he's also a dad. He's also out there living other lives. I'm pretty sure he's got like a car thing going too. Like, he's got other hobbies, but this thing is specific. So it's like, you can do anything, whatever. It's the internet. You can do whatever you want. But if you want to grow, if your idea is to grow or to focus or to actually get something accomplished, picking a lane is very, very useful.
Okay, so I'm going to quote the GOAT. we need a little symbol. When you quote the GOAT, I'm going to quote the GOAT. Someone said, I'm going to reenact this interview. So, Seth, for you to be as prolific as you are, how come when Twitter came out, you never really got big on Twitter? I have yellow glasses. So when Twitter came out, I had to make a choice. I could get really, really good on Twitter and gain thousands and thousands and thousands, millions of followers, or I can continue to be one of the best prolific bloggers in the world. If I became awesome at Twitter, I would become mediocre at blogging. And scene. Remind me to buy some yellow glasses so I can switch into self. I'm gonna be black self.
You need the magnet ones that just like pop up.
Yeah, just like pop them on real quick. I'll put a little overlay in the video. So and I when I saw that many moons ago, I think I'd learned to take that to heart, because this is my complaint about LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram for people trying to grow their video lifestyle. Because on Facebook, you go there for myriad things. Stalk an ex, see who got a new cat, argue with your friends about politics, try to explain to everybody why the Raiders are the most dominant team in the NFL, explain to people why the Celtics are better than the Phoenix Suns. You heard that, my man? You know, and you run across a video and you go, oh, that's interesting. Let me take a look. It's drive-by. Like, and then you're off back to your normal daily, Facebook trolling. Man, what's Stacy up to? I don't even like her. I remember she was she married somebody ugly. Oh, he fine. Damn. That's what happens on Facebook. But on YouTube, you go to watch a video. You only go to watch a video. You don't go to do nothing else. That's why YouTube is the biggest, because they focus on the one dang thing. Somebody just goaded me. Goaded. Did you have that sound, Mary Lou?
I heard it.
Okay, somebody did that from our Beyond. I'm going to think it was Paul. The live studio audience is coming through with goat sounds. So big ups on that. Yeah, so yeah, I just wonder, what do you think about that? Because in a way, I fully get what you're saying, but, do you understand why I think it's important to pick one?
Yes, and that's where I don't disagree. Like, I completely agree. If you want to grow. When I say to people when they don't want to pick, then it's like, do what you want. It's not going to grow, right? Like, if you've got, 5 different pots and you're trying to make everything grow, maybe they'll all grow very slowly. Maybe. But if you focused on one and just let the other ones be hobbies, like if they grow slow, but there's one that you focus on, then that's going to grow the fastest and the strongest. And then maybe you add other things in. So I completely agree that people should pick a lane. But I try, I'm definitely in the mode of if people say they're stupid, then I'm like, you're right.
Are you ready for Taylor Swift, the hip hop album?
Yes, always.
No, it's not going to work. Yo, first of all, she would get lambasted. But
no, and that's but they're at a different level, right? Like Beyonce brought out some country music. That's a different level. We are, as creators, picking a focus not only will help you get things accomplished, but they will help you be known for something. And that's just the more valuable thing.
Well, yeah, and you're right. In their position, it's still singing, it's still music, it's still creating. So that's still technically in the same lane. I think the thing that cracks me up so much about the Beyonce country album thing is the amount of people that were mad for her. And I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, where was Bae born?
Hello, Houston.
Okay,
Houston, Texas, baby.
How you going to tell the Houston girl that she doesn't have a country influence? I was only stationed there for a year and a half, and I came out, I knew some country songs, right? I definitely know all about Elvira for sure. But still.
Yeah, and that's it's informed, right? That kind of stuff is informed. There's much bigger things than that. But when we're talking about the creator, and I also am I also very much feel strongly that not everybody who takes a fitness class wants to be a bodybuilder. Not everybody who wants to make videos wants to be a business. And if that's the case, you just want to make videos because you like making videos, then you can do whatever.
I will say this. if you are a person who wants to make videos because you just want to make videos, number one, absolutely love you for that, because I think you're bringing some entertainment or some sort of disconnect from the craziness. When you bring something to the table that lets people disconnect from the craziness, you are adding to the world. So you're positive, you're on my book, right? But announce that. Say, hey, I'm doing this for fun. So that way you don't occupy the space of people that are trying to learn the business side of it, and then you kind of be in the way, right? So it's cool. Like, nobody's going to be mad at you. And there's people who, like, I really, really, really want to make videos, but I found something that I am sort of better at, the facilitation. And I'm going to run with that. I will make the videos as they come, but become a incredible channel manager, become an incredible moderator, become an incredible facilitator, making sure all the ducks are in a row, making sure that at 6:30, hey, you know you got a stream coming up in like, oh, shut up, Paul.
In moments, I'm in the elevator.
Yo, so like Paul has found in the process of making videos, even doper Paul hiding inside the other Paul, like those dolls. You take them apart and they keep getting smaller, but his got bigger because Paul is 6'5". I don't know if you know this, but it's that's dope. To me, that's dope. To find another lane in the middle of the lane you're running in is kind of insane, right? So
Yes.
now he's in the carpool lane because he's dragging a whole bunch of people with him. So instead of
We're
just
all in the
picking,
van.
right, we're all in the van. Hey, yo, P, I got a wee. He goes, hold it. And I'm like, no, seriously, Paul. He's like, hold it, So Paul has not only elevated himself, but has elevated Ecam and me and Louise and all of the other channels. What do you call that dude? The British cat, Adrian, like all of the channels that he worked with, right? So he's found an even different lane. Like, Paul is about to upgrade the family van to one of them London joints. Doom, 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 doom. Oh, they kind of come down in London. Sorry, my Tourette's kicking. London,
But then,
London.
like, all that boils down. It boils down to finding a purpose.
Yes.
Because what gets people get caught up in is, I'm passionate about so many things. I'm a multi-passionate. Sure. Okay. Like, nobody's taking that away from you. But for your content, pick a purpose. You pick a lane, right? It's just about picking a lane. It's not that you can't take detours, you can't take vacations, you can't do all these other things. Like, when people go to work, that's their job. They do their job.
Job
right?
ain't number work.
So you pick a purpose. What is the purpose of this specific thing that you're doing? So, like, I know on my Instagram, I tell people, I'm like, I'm not worried about trying to grow this. Like, I make stuff. This is where I go to learn things. This is where I go to mess around and do things, make videos, keep my, like, hand on the pulse of, like, what is out there in content creation. But that's not my, like, focus. I chose a lane. My lane is YouTube, and my lane is making videos, teaching people to make videos, and also making videos myself, because that's my passion, but then also a purpose. But I have other passions too. I have other passions too that we don't even cover on the internet. So pick a purpose. What is the purpose? Because the purpose is for them. The passion's for you.
The passion is for you. Now, my other thing about passion is that what happens with passion, and I swear every time someone says it, I lose my cookies. I'm like, no, do not listen to that person. They know not what they talk about. People say, oh, you got to do this for your passion. You got to be passionate. Man, listen, my brother knows. My brother knows. Hey, June, guess what? I just met, Blue. And then, bruh, she's like, oh yeah. I was like, yo, man, like all in. He's like, what are you doing? I'm going to see Blue. What are you doing? I was like, blah, blah, blah. Hey, June, this was Tuesday. Thursday come through. Hey, June, I need you to drop me off. Why? I'm going to go see Red. What about Blue? Yeah, whatever, man. Hey, June, what? Hey, man, so can you call Red and tell her I ain't coming through? So I'm finna go talk to Yellow. My brother was the victim of these quote unquote passions that last like a week or two or whatever, So come on, Don't be like that. Like the passion thing is dumb. And I also know that people go on these. You discover something, right? Like say you just discovered bacon mac and cheese. Okay, so you go to like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different places. And then after you've been through like 8 or 9, 10 of them, you're like, if I ever see another bacon mac and cheese, I'm done. Like you go through this all the time. Every single one of us has done this. So that's why passion is BS, bro. Like really, purpose is life. Purpose is you are here to make things better. So as someone who had to like keep red occupied in the corner of the club while I talked to yellow on the other side of the club, thank you to having a brother. That's why you guys got to have a brother. He can keep you out of trouble.
Right. So like if we're talking about purpose, then who is this purpose serving, right? If we're talking about passion is for you and purpose is for them, the next thing that you can do to help yourself pick a lane is who is this purpose for?
Yeah.
Which could be it when I started, it was answering the questions of people who knew I knew how to make videos. Like my friends. They were like, you know how to do this. Can you show me this? Can you teach me that? And then I was like, okay, well, let me just make some videos because I can't be asked this question again. I'm just going to send them a link to a video. And then I found out that there was like a bunch of people who needed these answers as well. So now I have a purpose and I have a person that this is for.
The very first thing we did when it came to Creators Unstuck was decide who our audience was. The very first thing we did, right? We want to empower a diverse group of creators to remove some roadblocks, both real and perceived. We want to make sure that we're helping them transform creativity. We want to make sure that, they convert all of this stuff they're learning into action. And we know that we're going to come through with some tough love and honest conversations because there's way too much noise. We wanted to shrink the signal to noise ratio. There's my audio nerds. You know what it is. We wanted to shrink the signal to noise ratio coming from the type of grow your audience for the love of money, gurus out here selling you a bunch of never mind. Selling you a bunch of stuff in order to get you into their course and into their ecosystem and all of the above. We wanted to let people come through. So we decided who the audience was out the gate. Like we started with why. Simon Sinek. But we started with why. And then we discovered the
purpose.
Who, right? Right away.
Person, right?
Boom. Woman, man, camera, TV. See, you got woman, man, camera. Sorry, I'm done. Oh my
But like
God.
picking this now, it makes it not about you. It's very hard, I think, to be like, but I need to do this for me. That's why it's so hard sometimes to go work out because, like, it'd be better if you ate the salad and you went to the gym, whatever. But like, that's just for you, depending on who you are and like what's important to you. That is maybe difficult. But it does seem if there's something you're doing for someone else, then you're like providing a gift. And then it comes from a different place. Then I need this to work because I need people to look at me and I need to be famous and I need to have followers and I need this and I need that. Or I need to make this because someone out there needs this information. I need to make this because this is going to be of service to someone else. It just changes kind of the perception.
I really try not to even say my audience, right? I say our community. I try not to say my community. I mean, it's going to come out. I'm a human, right? But I try my damnedest to say our community. I don't run the LGL community. I don't run the ECAM fam. The fam runs the fam. I'm just part of it. You know what I mean? I'm leader, but I'm just part of it, right? I think it's very important. If you can get your lips to stop saying my and I, your world gets better in general, right? The only time you should say my is when you're talking about my neck, my back. Sorry, I'm stop. If you can get my and I out your vocabulary, like on the real though, let me fix Mary Lou. You okay? You good? You good, sis?
That went too far. That went too far.
But too many people are about that life, and we have just watched the heinousness of people being selfish, and it's gotten out of control. Now, I do believe in making time for self. I do believe in finding self and taking care of self and all of that. But I think that so many people have gotten so selfish lately that it's a world I never thought I would see. And this is one of the reasons why I love to travel to Japan all the time. It is one of the most unselfish places in the world. Like, it is absolutely insane. This is going to sound crazy. And if you talk to people who've been, they'll tell you this to be true. I could take my AirPods, my bag, my camera, whatever, and I could sit it on the table and walk away, go to the counter and order my food, get my little drink, go to the bathroom, wash my hands, come back, and nobody will touch it. Nobody will touch it. It's not about they don't steal, because there's crooks. Let's not be crazy. They have crooks. It's different style of crooks. You don't do anything that will disrupt the next person. That's part of the culture, right? The idea of not throwing your trash on the ground is not because you clean. It's because you would disrupt the next person. You would make the next person's life miserable. Walking away from a table and leaving your crap in the table at food court never happened in Japan. This just culturally has been ingrained because they start cleaning classrooms when they're little kids. If we let our kids clean the classroom, parents be like, oh, you're making my kid do labor. Man, shut up. Like, they learn to clean the classrooms together from kindergarten forward, right? They feed each other in the lunchroom. There's no lunch ladies giving you the side eye with that mole and the hair coming out, looking at you, be like, you can't have extras. Like, no. The kids feed each other. They wash the dishes together. They prep together. So they learn, like, you know, they say you send your kid to play dates so they can learn how to be around others. They learn how to take care of others. They learn service for others from preschool. And that's why, like, I fell in love with the country just because of that lack of selfishness. Are there selfish people? There absolutely. People are people. And why should it be you and I should get along? Never mind. I'm gonna stop today.
Well, it's like, okay, so if you take any of your things when you're trying to pick what to do, right? Because, you know, the world is infinite, our imaginations are infinite. But when you start to narrow it down using these kind of constraints, it takes a little bit of the pressure off of you. Because it's not, I need to make everything. I need to make something with this purpose. And now it's like this with this purpose, I could make it for everyone, or I could just make it for this person. I don't need to make everybody cupcakes. I just need to make a cupcake that Doc would like. It just helps you out, you know? So I'm curious because our show, both of us have our Doc Pops here. Doc is here. He specifically has made something that had a purpose, was for a person. Even though it has his name on it, it's not for Doc. These Doc Pops are not for Doc. They're for the community, for creators who want a little pop of color, who want a little bit
I just
something
picked that
different.
name because it was stupid.
but that's like an anchor, right? Like our faces are in our content. Yeah. We're still in it.
Yeah.
It's still, we're characters, we are focused, we're the anchors, right, of this stuff. But like, you're not trying to like produce 4,000 Doc Pops to have in your house.
No.
You know, that's not for you.
And also I realized that in the world of sameness, sometimes having the thing that you can call your own, no matter how little it is, can really give you a place, give you a sense of being, right? I definitely, as a kid from the projects, like all the houses are the same, like all the, you know, everything is the same, right? There's like 15 buildings of the same. Even individual buildings started doing stuff to the front of their buildings to try to let theirs like stand out. It's just a level of, this is me. Like, let me let my little freak flag fly for a second and not just be another person with a black puffer. So it was really, I made it for the simple reason that I want to give people a chance to like add a little spice, you know, get a little closer, add some culture for the
Yeah.
culture. There you go. For the
And it's
culture.
not that it like when don't get me wrong when it's like you need to be selfless in it completely because we all want to be on camera because there's a part of us that wants to be seen. And there's nothing wrong with that. But this is something that always comes up for me is that your existence is the resistance. Your existence is empowering to the people who need to see someone like you, right?
Yes.
Like having a colorful microphone, as simple as that may seem, makes a difference in the fact that people see this and they're like, when they see me, they're like, oh, this is a person with personality. This is like my colorful set. People are like, oh, maybe this is the person for me who can teach me what I want or I can connect with or a community that I can be part of because I vibe with them. But this is all intentional. I could have had like the white room with just the green plants and the beige ladies kind of rooms. Okay, it would have looked nice too, but purposefully and for the person that I want to connect with, I built a room that I would see and I'd be like, yeah, I see that person and I want to hang with them. I want to learn from them.
It's it's a cliche, right? The vibe attracts your tribe, but it's funny like when you see I've totally seen channels where I bumped up against them by accident. I found it and I was like, yo, love this person. I'm all in. There's a creator right now. She is goofy and quirky, physical therapist. Her and her husband just recently started traveling Japan. So I was watching her channel mostly because I was like, oh, I like to see people discover what I know and like see how they react to it. And I was just like, I felt like I'm looking at somebody who's family. I just immediately got along with it right away. So I sent her a comment because I told you I comment on people's video. And then now we're like comment friends. Like we pass comments back and forth. Like she knows I'm leaving in a couple of days. And she's like, oh, we haven't gone there yet, but we want to go. Send me your list, you know? And so like we really have just developed a conversational, like it's totally parasocial, but I know for a fact that if she and her husband was coming to Hawaii, she would hit me up and be like, "Hey, y'all, we coming. Like, what can we do?" I'm like, "Let me show you." You know, so you'd be amazed at the things that you think you're just doing, throwing it into the air, and then someone catches it and like how that can go, including like comments that we got from Terrence and Songs in the Key of Life. That is so not his name. But the fact that somebody would take time out of their, and Alicia got that, somebody to take time out of their day to like feel you and leave you a comment means that it's working. You're doing the right thing. And the worst thing you can do is get stuck in looking at the numbers and like, oh, this is not working. A lot of people give up, like that old parable, 3 feet from gold. It's an old mining story, but technically it predates mining. It comes from China, like way back in the day. But it's basically in the San Francisco version. Dude was, digging his well and spent all his money and, borrowed all the money from everybody. And he was just going. He got super frustrated. Wife and kids left him, whatever. And he gave up. And then some dude came in, like, bought his thing for nothing, walked in, went tink, tink, boom, biggest gold vein in California. So the story is 3 feet from gold. I think the American one is made up because the Chinese parable is like 3,000 years old. But you don't want to be that person. You really don't want to be that person. And man, this is kind of related but slightly unrelated. Have you watched any of the Olympics at all?
No.
Oh my God, just watching people who have put in 4 or 5 years of just insane amounts of work and then they do something that nobody thought could be done, right? Or they hit a height. Some of it, I've seen people have full, like, just like emotion fest for catching a bronze, right? I'm watching the Korean archer team, and these guys, bro, Robin Hood, man, hold my beer. Dude was like 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Ain't cool as a pool. Like, it didn't mean nothing to him. But the bronze medal dude that came in from France, you thought he wanted to go. You know what I mean? So when I see people put that level of purpose into their craft, and yes, it's for them, but it's also for their country, right? It is making people who are kind of pissed off at the world right now, sitting around the TV for an hour or two a day and just fall in love with people again. You know what I'm saying? Watching Jordan Childs pump up the entire U.S. team because she is just fire. She is absolute fire. And watching the way she cheers everybody else on, even when she's not performing. Watching the way she does that guttural scream when she nails something, and the audience loves it. Like, the people are chanting her name. Like, to me, that's what it's about, right? But what you don't see, because our country is so bad at it, they don't talk about these people until every 4 years. And then we elevate them. The rest of the time, we sort of ignore them. But you know what they don't do? They don't stop grinding. They grind like crazy, knowing that in year 4, I'm going to show these folks what's it about. They know what their purpose is. And that's crazy. Like, you got Steph Curry, Michael Phelps, like Serena Williams, Shaq, Flavor Flav, Snoop, Beyonce, Celine Dion. You got all these famous celebrities sitting up there watching these guys. You got goats watching goats. Going, damn, oh, snap. And you know what they're doing? They're not there just to enjoy. They're also seeing, what else can I learn from this GOAT in a completely different field that I could bring to mine? Steph was filming gymnastics to see how they deal with pressure, to see how they perform, to see how they recover from mistakes. Steph is taking freaking notes in the bleachers. No skin in the game. No daughter, no wife, none of that. Like, he's watching goats so he can bring it to his goatness. Bruh. Mind-blowing to me. Absolutely mind-blowing to me. I was watching it the last couple of days just like over the moon. This is incredible.
There's something to that, right? Where people, the Olympics come out once every handful of years. These people are training for so long. If they didn't start that journey, then we wouldn't see their greatness, right? So if Simone Biles, whenever she had to drop out before, just didn't come back, then we would not get the magic that's happening now. The magic that she and all the other athletes can put out into the world. So a lot of the times when I hear people saying they can't figure out which direction to go in, I think it's fear. I think it's a stalling tactic. And it's just like, just pick a direction.
You can change, bruh.
You can change. Just pick a direction. Because you're not going to learn anything new, and you're not going to grow, and you're not going to even get any clearer on what the answer is if you do nothing.
Yes. You know what happens if you pick the wrong lane You know what happens if you pick the wrong lane and then you switch? Nothing. But what you gain is all of the experience in filming and production and creating and shipping, getting it out. You get that part under your belt. So you can make 50 videos about piano, and then all of a sudden, you know what? I'm going to play drums. And you switch to drums. But you know what you have? You have 50 videos of experience so that your drum video comes out the gate gangster. Mm-hmm. Bingo.
Yeah. And that's with the next and the final one, which is choosing a project. Like looking at it as a project. I want to talk about our sponsor, which is PodPack, or the PodPack, which is Marshall Fox, who is working on the graphics for our show, offers this service. Now, we know Marshall. Marshall's out in the world. We know he's a fabulous creator. We know he does graphic design that he teaches us, and also graphic design as a service. Now, this project, he picked this specific project, the Pod Pack, for specific people, podcasters, with the specific purpose of getting their marketing together, because that's something that people get stuck up on, right? So it doesn't even have to just be your podcast, your content, your video. Like, if you look at things as projects, you can, it's a lot easier to wrap your head around, because it's like, this isn't forever. This is a project. It's a project.
He just does that so good. He just does that so good. Oh my God. Man. And
everything relates.
Everything relates. You know, it's almost like everything is content, everything relates. That was a mic drop moment. I just didn't let you marinate in that for a hot minute. Also,
like, did everybody know what happened?
Yes, man, it's perfect. Like, they'll figure it out. They can rewind it. If you got to rewind it, because y'all just don't know. Y'all missed the master class in Lou being Lou. This is why we love her. Okay, so the other sponsor for this show, of course, is Doc Pops. I am, again, on a mission just to make podcasting more fun, showing up on camera more fun, let you look good, be you. You could bring a purple, you could bring a green, you could bring whatever. I got Pops for the 3 most common mics, and I've been on a mission now, and people are like, hey, I need to get that Vanta Black. So my goal is now to sell enough of them so that I can come out with the limited edition Vanta Black. That's a black that's so black it ain't even black. Like, it's kind of psycho.
I want to get that, because I feel like it's going to blend into my shirt and my hair.
Oh, it would just disappear. Like Vanta Black doesn't reflect, so it looks like a hole. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Anyway,
so if
I'm
you guys
excited.
haven't ordered it, please. We're in pre-sale. It's in pre-sale, and we need to get the numbers in order for us to all get our dog pops. So
it's kind of like a group buy for those who buy video game type stuffs or keyboard type stuffs or special parts. It's like a group buy, right? My goal is to collect orders until the end of the month, and then I'm going to take that and send it off to manufacturing, and then they'll get cranked out, and everybody will get them. So we're super excited. Can't so much thank myself for sponsoring myself and my friend.
Thank you so much for sponsoring Creators Unstuck. Doc, what's your pick of the week?
Alicia is laughing. Alicia's laughing super hard. All right, gang, listen. I have recently discovered from Nana, she's kind of like the sister-in-law, she introduced me to this bare bones bone broth. And they have multiple flavors. They have beef, chicken, lemon, ginger, Thai curry, and mushroom for those who don't, do meat. But one of the ones they had, which I thought was super dope, is called ramen. Now, in my various forms of attempting to do weird diets and stuff, I've tried all kinds of bone broth, including making my own. And they're good, but none of them really was like, I actually like drinking this. I was drinking it because I had to. And when you're doing any type of sort of diet adjustment, whether it's for medical reasons or fitness reasons or whatever, the hardest part is when you don't like it, you can't stomach it. Like, it's just like, I know I have to do this, but it's nasty. Anybody that's over 50 that had to drink the glow-in-the-dark butt juice so you can get the camera, it's like drinking antifreeze. That joint is disgusting. I'm looking at all the old people in the Zoom room. They know what's up. It's nasty. Nasty. Super nasty. You lucky. You got like 5-6 more years before you got to do it.
I had to sit with my sister as she drank it, though, and she had her appendicitis, and I did not envy it.
Oh my God. So this is so good. It's delicious, but it cranks like 10 grams of protein. And like it has like collagen and the whole 9 yards, so your skin be nice, your skin be nice. But no, it's really good, and I've tried like most of the flavors, but my favorite one is they got one called ramen, because I love ramen. It's kind of gangster. I can make my own ramen juice, but I never use that stupid packet. That packet that be coming with that stuff is deadly, is nasty, it ain't good for you, whatever. But this one, you can use this and then put your noodles. So even if you like ramen, I'll tell you right now, go get some actual bone broth or like a low sodium chicken stock from your favorite place and use that instead of the powder that comes with the freaking top ramen, because that mess will kill you. But it's so good. Just throw your veggies in there, game recognized game, and it's cheap, and Amazon will get it to you in like a day or two. So go and check out Bare Bones bone broth, which is a weird pick for a creator tech show, but it's part of my life, so I'm sharing it with y'all, whether y'all like it or not.
Well, because looking good on camera, staying healthy, skin be nice. hair
Hair,
be nice.
damn,
You know,
stop
it's
saying-
important. It's
the hair
okay.
on
You
the
have
inside
hair.
is
There's
nice.
hair. There's
The,
stuff. There's stuff.
the, the hair on the back is nice.
Yeah, taking care of yourself, and like I feel like also with like bone broth and like collagen things like that, that helps with your brain as well, and keeping things going, helping you stay creative because you need to stay your best self so you can be your best self for, you know, for the community, you know, so we can be
Bingo.
out there. We can be out there.
All right, so
So
what you
my pick
got,
of the
Lou?
week, I think it's where we started weird because I was like, my pick of the week is Lumify, which is a eye drop that helps you get rid of redness in your eyes. And like there's other ones that are good, but like I feel like I've had this since I was the beginning of being on camera, and this has just always been in my kit. There's always like a lip gloss, a mascara, a powder, and my Lumify. Always.
Damn, I gotta
So
get a mascara.
yeah, just like a little something, just a little something. But this like it's really really helpful. I know people who participate in alternative activities tend to really like it. I just get really dry eyes, and I am a Pisces, so I get emotions take over sometimes, and this is very helpful because when you got to work, you got to work. So I
She
did my
said,
Lumify.
I get emotions take over sometimes. So listen, I wanted to bring this up before we get too far, right? My buddy Terrence, our buddy Terrence, actually, because we both met Terrence in real life before, he hit us up and said, what's keeping me stuck is mainly creative direction. A few things I'm passionate about, but I know what kind of content I should. I want you to focus on the should for a second. Choose focus on. I did a podcast for almost 3 years. It was a lot to produce. So whatever I want to do next, I want to make sure I commit to something that sticks. Okay, that's another word I want you to get, that sticks. And I have all the tools. I know what I'm doing. Basically, just have to get unstuck with that creative direction. So directly to our brother Terrence, I want to cover a couple of things.
There's a lot to unpack in here.
A lot to unpack. Bruh, should? Ain't no should. Everybody should is different, right? Like, that should is really up to you. I remember the old school song, If I Woulda, Coulda, Shoulda. That's what folks always say. You don't want to be that person. So it's better to start even completely wrong and switch it than to be a if I woulda, coulda, shoulda person. That's what folks always say. That's the song. You old people know what it is. Yeah, I'll let Lou chime in on that for a second.
Talk about the coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Or just, that,
Or just like-
the kind of content I should focus on. Yeah.
Right, like should, and when I pair should with the fact that he made a podcast for almost 3 years, that was a lot to produce, one thing, and he wants to make sure he has something he can stick with. Now, what you should do, is there a way you could do it simpler so it doesn't feel like a task? Right? Because the reason it's too much to do is because maybe it is very literally too much. So how can you scale back? Like with my content, right? I was like, I know I should, right? At one point, this is how I felt. I should have multiple angles. I should have B-roll. I should have sound effects. I should do the whole rigmarole. But I don't know. It was just, I was not producing. So I sit down with my camera, with my cats, and you guys get to see me dance around the living room and see what happens. It's a different kind of content, but that's my content.
The most complicated thing about this show, and it's not even complicated now thanks to Ecamm, not sponsored, but is having the live studio audience chilling in Zoom, looking at, Gretchen, Alicia, Janet, Mark, Aubrey, Paul, Mary Lou, that's us. Just being able to see, have the live studio audience, because filming is different with them here. I get juice, right? I can see AT smile. That light up a whole joint, bro. Y'all have no idea. I need shades when she be smiling over here. But it adds a thing. Not complicated at all anymore. So to Mary Lou's point, I think everybody should really start out with what I call the little black dress of your podcast. Like, keep it mad simple, but still fine, right? Like, the little black dress is very simple. It's a piece of black cloth. But every time you step out in the black dress, people be like, yeah, homie, what you do? You know what I'm saying? Same with dudes, and they got their basic black suit, You don't got to get crazy. You don't got to get here Lusace Versace. You can just come out with a black suit and just be clean. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the maitre d' and the waiters and anywhere important, they're still wearing the plain black suit. It stamps authority. You know what I'm saying? It stamps authority. So people be overcomplicated because you're looking in somebody else's car and you're like, I want a Lambo. But what you know how to drive is a Tercel. It's cool to look at the Lambo. Actually, they kind of trash. Get a Ferrari. I ain't say that. Y'all come for me in the comments. But if you are on Camry budget and Camry skills, then man, make that Camry look dope. Everybody got that one old uncle with the 1981 Accord, clean, not a speck of dirt. He got like the doilies on the back. You put your head on, like, hey, wash your hand before you get in my car. Everybody got that one uncle with the old whip that's clean as all get. Like, everybody got that uncle. So you think about that, like, you don't have to go crazy. If it's a lot to produce, you're doing too much. Literally. Right.
Now, if we go back to the should, we go back to content I should make. This has come up because I was doing a live stream and somebody commented, they're like, oh, aren't you the gal who would teach us about Instagram features? And I knew I was making that content and it was doing well. So if I go by should, that's what I should continue to do, because that stuff searches well, people find it, people get information, but it melted my brain because those things were not consistent across the board. It didn't make me happy. I felt like I was selling cigarettes. That's where it's like, what is it that I like about what I'm teaching? Is that I like to teach people how to make videos. I don't necessarily want to teach you how to do social media.
Yes.
Right? So what I should do, if you go by the metrics of what people search and, if like with that, cool. Like if somebody wants to do that channel, I'm telling you, you should do well if you do it well. But it wasn't what I should do because it was melting my brain. So should can be tricky.
I just got one of those, my boy James was like, oh, you should make this video about blah, 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 blah. And I was like, no, you want me to make the video because you want me to answer your question. I'll answer your question, but I'm not going to make that video for the public because I don't want to distract people with this. It's not a lane that I'm willing to open that door and let it keep, working, right? So, that's very good. All right, so let's move down a little bit to the part we said, I want to make sure it's something that I will stick with. I think the stick with comes all the way back to point one. Purpose. See, passions get unstick-wittable. Blue, start yellow, acting jealous, and then like I have no time for jealousy. Sorry, Blue. You could be Scarlett Johansson. If you say something jealous, you ghost. I just don't do jealousy. I can't stand it. I think it's one of the most ugly portions of human existence. Like I really, really hate jealousy super, super bad. And I don't even know why, but I think at some point in time when I was a child, I seen an adult get mad at another adult for assuming that somebody else was talking to them, and there might have been hands and fisticuffs, and it turned me off on that thought process because I know that the other person wasn't doing what they were getting accused of. Right? I think that's where it goes back to, but like I cannot stand jealousy in any way, shape, or form. As soon as I see it, I'm like, I don't have it. Like I would, if I caught myself doing it, I would like take away ice cream for 9 months. Like it's just not a thing. I just can't stand it. So I think what happens is the reason why you want to do something that you will stick with is because you haven't really figured out what the purpose is per se. So what you're chasing, possibly, or other people, I'm not going to put it on Terrence because Terrence is, smart kid. You could be chasing the hot, right? Like right now, it could be, biting things, TikToks, because the Olympians are biting medals. Or now you're doing, what's that? Reaction content. Everybody wants to do a reaction channel. Why do you want to do reaction channel? What are you bringing to the table that's different from the other reaction channels? What is the final goal there? What is your audience going to get out of watching you react to some silly memes, right? What are you going to educate, right? So somebody who hits me up all the time wants to do reaction channel for politics. And I'm like, all right, cool. But what are you going to bring to the table? How are you going to elucidate a better world or better place? Or are you just going to create more content that fans the flame between dummy 1 and dummy 2? And they're like, oh no, it's just trending. And I'm like, I ain't helping you. But you know the answer, I do. But you have to help me. No, I don't. Go call my boss. Because when she asked me, I quit before I let you add some more of that BS to the internet. Oh, but don't they pay you to do? Yeah. But they also pay me to make decisions. And my decision is I am not going to teach you how to add more to the planet. If you could tell me that you're going to add something beneficial and you're going to like teach, and even if it's for the person that I completely disagree with, I'll help you because I get that I'll help you with because you slowly believe in it. But you just want to do this to fan the flames because it makes money. And I have a person I kind of thought I loved and respected that is doing that right now and completely lost all respect for the person. Because I know you don't mean this crap. I know you're just riding the hate train, as Lou calls it.
Yeah, so with the purpose, right? Going back to the purpose. And it's not necessarily purpose versus passion. Like if you look at everything that you're passionate about, because this is where people get stuck, because there's so many things they're passionate about, pick the most purposeful of what you're passionate about. You know, it's like, I care about the planet, and like it would be very purposeful to talk about like saving the planet, about recycling or sustainability or things like that, but I'm just not passionate enough about it for that to be my lane. So passion versus purpose is not the key here. It's of your passions, what could be the most purposeful. So like when you're thinking about what you can stick with, something I always like to ask people is, what is something that you loved when you were like 7 to 14? Like something that you just loved.
I'm joking.
Glue? It was glue?
I'm joking. I was
Like,
going
for
back
me,
to my
like-
other reference.
It was like I was doing the middle school announcements, and I like that was my whole personality. I was like, I'm gonna get up early. I'm gonna make sure I'm there. I'm gonna make sure I can like read my thing. I know I got the lunch menu right. I know who the athletes are, even though I didn't see the game. You know, I took it very seriously, but I was like really passionate about getting on camera and sharing this information. Now look at me now. We're doing the same thing.
Bro, it's so good. That is so good. Oh my
But like
God.
in a
I
different
love
way.
it. Yes, I
So,
love it. Oh
You know,
my
if you're
God.
like, if you're not sure, think about that. Like, because maybe there's a hint for you there. You know, maybe the answer, but not like a hint. You got to investigate a little bit.
Oh my God, that is so good.
Like you, okay, so like you, I know you've had all sorts of businesses.
Yeah.
We'll say that, right?
Serial entrepreneur.
Your whole life. And what is like, that's what you do now is help people utilize technology for showcasing their businesses, whatever that might be, right? Their purpose, their content, their podcast, their, you know, whatnot. So it's the answers are there. It's just that people get overwhelmed, right? Like Doc's least favorite word. You know, there's so many options, but like as a creative, you need to learn how to narrow things down, because if your creativity is your inner child, just know children do really well with boundaries. Like you have to be the adult to tell your creativity, your inner child, like, yeah, cool. We could play all these games, but today you're picking from these 3. So of these 3, which one do you want to play? Because we can only play one game at a time.
It's funny. Number one, I'm just completely blown away by you did the school announcements, because I should do the school announcements too. And it's
Oh
funny.
my God, here we
It's
are.
like Good morning, Huskies, big dog and puppies. Doesn't matter where you are. Husky Nation, let's do this. And I do the whole announcements. And at the end, and I go, and remember, little puppies, watch out where the Huskies go. Never eat yellow snow. That was my morning joy. That was my morning joy every time. Oh
Now,
my
friends,
God, I'm in love. This
in
is
the community, are
hilarious.
you surprised? Are you surprised that these two did their school announcements? And
Hey,
here
when
we
they say,
are.
hey, can you come up to the board? Absolutely.
Yep.
Like, I was never like, no, don't let me get up to the board. I'm like, hey, let me get up to the board. Yo, I was gonna clown. Oh my God, that's super funny. I really think that you really nailed the head though about like the whole Neeson thing. I think this is something that people sort of forget. If you want to give yourself a really, really crazy analogy, right? Let's think of the absolute most disgusting, most poisonous, most like heinous chemical in the world. It's a combination of mercury and urine and feces and botulism and dead body juice. Okay, we're gonna put that all into a little vessel. Now I'm gonna take a water hose, a big fire hose, and I'm gonna fill up a giant backyard pool with fresh, clean drinking water. But I'm gonna take one drop of the nasty juice and just, are you gonna drink that water? So which is more effective, the fire hose or the dropper?
I don't
Fill
think
it
I'm
with
following
the
this
one
analogy.
Because this is the problem. People be trying to fire hose all of this stuff because they're watching everybody else do it and think that that's going to work. But what's more effective? The single drop. That's the niche. The niche is that one drop of highly communicated, highly effective, highly poignant, meet somebody where they are, makes them feel better, adds a positive light to the world, uplifting, storytelling, teaching someone else how to, feel better about themselves. That would be more effective. So one drop is more effective than the fire hose. So you use the fire hose to fill the pool, but the one drop of nasty water just jacks the entire thing. So the one drop is more powerful.
This is very confusing because it's like a negative trying to be a positive.
Well, the visual was
But I
the
get
thing.
you.
The visual was the thing. Okay, my analogy. You know what? I ain't had no caffeine this morning.
But
Janet, we need to send a medic to Janet in the Zoom room. She's losing it over there.
I think she was with me where we're like,
CPR.
where's he going with this? Another thing that you can think of is, if you're not sure, you still imagine we just have a platter and we're trying to just narrow it down, right? Because we can't like shove everything in our mouths at once. So we're just trying to pick what we're gonna start with, right? For this round. So you've got all your passions, and then we've got the ones that have purpose, okay? And then we have the ones that like, oh, this specific person would like this. I'm sharing this plate with someone else. So this is the stuff that goes on the plate. So with the person. Now, out of the stuff on this plate, can we make a project, right? Now, if we still have more, what is it that you were doing when you were younger? Something to think about. What is something that you could talk about at no end? Something, and that's where the passion is, right? Like, because you feel passionate about it, where you got strong opinions about it. But I also like to think of what's your unfair advantage, right? So I love to make videos. I could have been making videos about anything. I love to do makeup. I could have had a makeup channel, right? I love to make videos.
Me too.
I love to talk about cameras. Of these two, where do I have an unfair advantage? The one where there's a lot of people who look like me, feel like me. Great, I love them. I'll watch them. Or I can go to this other lane where I'm like one of the handful that look like me and I could make a difference.
There you go.
Unfair advantage.
All right, so Terrence, to close out, I want you to take that list that Lou just dropped there and you to heart, brother. I want you to think about something you feel strongly about, something you already talk about all the time, something you were mad into when you was a kid, and something that gives you the unfair advantage. And I think, Mr. Terrence, and anybody else feeling like Hold'em over here, Texas Hold'em, if you can run that through in your project in your mind, it can help you get unstuck. You know what he did? He had it. He had to do it. He had to do it. That's professional right there. Man, I'm dying to know. Like, I want people to just drop in the comments, like, if you could take that questionnaire and answer any one of them, I would love to see it in the comments. I would love to see it on people that are watching this after the fact, or even if you're listening to the audio version. I would love some feedback on what is that thing you feel strongly about, something you already talk about all the time, something that you were mad into as a kid, and something that's your unfair advantage. Because I know for a fact that we got those friends in our life, right? I got a buddy who's a musician. As a matter of fact, he reminds me so much of Will. It's hilarious to me, but they're very, very similar. But literally one of my best friends, which is why I know like me and Will get along instantly, because he's very much like one of my best friends. Dude can tell you anything there is to tell you about music, and he could tell you anything there is to tell you about baseball, but specifically the Red Sox. If he were to do a Red Sox podcast, it would blow up. But the unfair advantage is he could do it strumming random tunes and make it even more interesting. And like when there's a tough game or something that's a little scary, break it into a little D minor. Like it just, because he's super musical, super quick, super thinky, kind of a comedian. Like if he did like a baseball show while playing the guitar, it would blow up, because it's that weird, right? So yeah, I love that breakdown, Lou. It is a very, very handy little utility that someone can use to get their speak on.
Well, I hope it helps y'all get unstuck.
Boom, you like that? Look, Lionel showed up late for class into the Zoom room. Into the Zoom room. So that's it. So fam, we did it again. We recorded another episode. And yes, please let us know, like anything that you have that you're feeling, that you're thinking about, or I'm feeling verklempt. That's my favorite word from back in SNL days. Let me show you something. Like, listen, if you have these type of weird things that get into your brain and start messing with your ability to create, come by. Like, this is our creative therapy session. This is our therapy session for each other. But in the meantime, our studio audience gets to hang out. And then, people in the comments get to hang out. So drop that information on us. We're down to get in. Thank you, Terrence, for being the inspiration for today. See, that's what I mean. You got something, you could be next. You could be the next person to get unstuck. So how do they find you, Lou?
You can find me all over the internet at Mary Lou Mandel.
This is so true. She's all over the internet, because nobody else has that Mary Lou Mandel. I have not seen.
And I've been on the internet. As soon as there's a new platform, I'm like immediately we'll grab it.
Bingo.
It's like my name. I have my name on everything that you can get a name on.
I have a doctor of geology. This is actually Talk Rock, and then there's a Nigerian priest. I don't know how that one connects. And then there's a band. But I'm on most platforms because I'm quick with it too. Being a tech guy, I have a unfair advantage. I know these platforms are coming out before they come out, so I lock it down as soon as possible. And I'm Doc Rock on just about everything. So thank you guys for coming through. And you have now been unstuck. Next week, we'll be back next week. And as we like to end the show, see you. Get it? That makes me laugh still. I don't know why. It's so dumb. Okay, I ended the recording. Oh my God. I don't know why that cracks me up, but see you is still funny. You guys want to hear something stupid? The first time I know how we can end the show, Mary Lou. We can end the show with the see you. And I left it for her to figure it out. And she was like, next Tuesday? And I was like, no, stop it. Oh my God.
Where are you going with this?
It's so bad. Yo. Dude, Lana come up here wearing the OU t-shirt. It's the wrong letter. It's the wrong letter. Oh my God. Oh, all right, Zoom room. You guys can make noise real quick. We just want to check to see if everybody got through what they got through. So let me add these peoples. Boom. There we go. And let me go to here. Dude, that was fun. That was a good show. What am I doing here? That's Mary Lou. Are you the Zoom speaker? Somebody say
Making
something.
noise.
There you go. Of course, Mark was gonna be that person. What's happening, bro?
We're
So
on mute.
you guys can unmute
guys.
now. You guys can say anything you want to say, ask anything you want to ask. Paul, that was so
that's
funny.
Paul.
When you did that,
my
bro,
friend.
you almost broke the whole show, fam. Oh my God, you killed me. It's like, yo, we need to bust that out every time we bring up Seth, Mary Lou, because Seth is the original GOAT. That's super funny. Any of you guys got a question real quick for us before we finish this joint?
Paul, which color on your
Doc.
mic?
It's got the purple.
Okay, Doc has also purple, but I'm wearing yellow glasses now.
So it looks weird.
So this, yeah, yours is brown actually now, Doc. You made a brown version.
Different colors so that I could match the books that I read.
Oh,
Like the main art, like if the art has a specific dominant color, then I'll have a cover for it.
Dude, this is good. This is good. Joe says it's not what you do when everybody's watching, it's what you do when nobody's watching. I love that.
Hey, Doc,
Yes, sir.
if I order
looks good.
5, can I get a discount?
No, but I already gave you a discount.
I'll put my order in, though. Yeah, I did.
If you go to H Mart in your hood, they got good bras. Oh yeah, I got those, June. Dude, my brother's hilarious because our condo complex has twin towers. I live in this one and he live in this one. He talking about if I go to somewhere in my hood, like we don't live in the same freaking condominium. He said you should define what you should be because it shouldn't be based on what someone else is doing, but it's not to say you shouldn't respect the conventions. No, 100% true. Like, and I think that's the key. The key element is that it's easy to just like see something and like want to do that. And there's nothing wrong with catching inspiration because trust me, some of the best things have come third and fourth after the beginners came out, right? But to do it just because you think they're successful means you're going to be successful, no. Boom.
No.
Adding a co-host has helped me to enjoy what you do. Yes, Dave. So Dave and I used to be on a show together on in the British Tech Network called the Mac Show. So good to see you here, Dave, my man in the building. Middle school art class. I refuse to use. I drew all my pictures with mechanical picture. Yeah, 100%. Because you do something. It's weird, right? So Lou? Here's the thing. Where is the switch between sticking to what you know because you know it's going to be all right versus doing the same thing? I mean, doing it different just for the sake of doing it different. You see what I'm saying? Because like, so what June did is smart. Like, he knew that doing a pencil drawing when everybody else was like supposed to be using watercolors and doing this or doing that, it's like, yo, this is me. This is what I'm gonna do. And it wasn't just bucket convention to bucket convention. Like, he kind of knew where it was going.
Yeah, and that's like where when you guys get to hear episode 4, we talk a little bit about craft. And that's just the kind of stuff that you like intuitively will learn the more you work on things. Like that's the craft where like then because I've done all these different things. So like maybe he tried the watercolors, the paints, the pens, the colored pencils, things like that. And he's like,
and
no,
he ate the
mechanical is mine. And the glue. Whatever it is. Or, you know, like you learn to trust your gut a little bit and be willing to take the dive. Like I'm always willing to try something different. I feel like I've always just been like to the side of whatever is happening where I'm like, sure, that's what everyone's doing, but like because I'm an explorer and a creator in a way that's like, but what if we do it this way?
Yeah.
That's
so,
just kind of built into me.
And then so to the other Paul C, his thing was brilliant, right? So Paul, being an appliance repair person, just happened to see the amount of appliances in the dump. And what a lot of people forget, while the UK is a country, it's an island. Japan and UK have a lot in common, in the sense that Japan copied a lot of stuff from the UK, but it's a country that's an island, right? So there's not that much space. You just ain't gonna just go make a gigantic mountain full of wash machines. And Paul just looked at it and was like, yo, this is disgusting. And I'm gonna just start teaching folks how to fix instead of replace. Because a lot of these machines sitting here only need a 10, 15 pound part, right? So he built this whole channel around teaching people how not to like throw out that thing. And it's funny because none of us are going to go to YouTube to binge watch Paul's content, right? But you all could learn something from that weird looking bald-headed git, because Paul is sitting at like 140,000 and he has helped out millions of people, right? My oven, it worked, but it don't work. Like it comes on, the power gets there, but my temperature is way off. I don't know what the heck is going on. And he's like, oh, here's error code 57.603 carry the one. And then here's an $8 part. And you need to put this O-ring in the back of this thing. You need a screwdriver, a piece of tape, and a Bible. What's the Bible for? Pray you don't electrocute the shit out yourself. All right, cool. Put this in. And then, oh, look, my oven worked. And it cost me, like less than 10 quid. Did I say that right, Paul? Like to be able to do something like that, I think is epic. I really do think it's epic. And I think it's funny because even doing the work that Paul is doing, he comes to us with like how to be a better creator. Like, bro, you're killing it. You're stopping your island nation from being full of unnecessary, like dead wash machines, refrigerators, freezers, dryers, no microwaves. Don't mess with the microwave. That shit will kill you. But as I learned these things from Paul, you know what I mean? And all I say was, Paul, at the rate you're going, you're crushing it. All we're going to do is we're going to help you level up the production side of it. So going back to what Terrence was talking about, now he got all of these, videos under his belt. He has all of these things. But actually, as a matter of fact, let me pull up Paul's channel real quick. He has all of these things under the belt. He's doing all of this work. Who's this lady? How to repair. I can't spell. There it goes. It's on the top of the list. I should have hit remove. All right. So let's just, then you can see what I'm talking about. I ain't crazy because y'all might not know. Paul got 570 videos, 136,000 subscribers. Look at this. Look at this right here. This is brilliant because everybody has been somewhere. If you have to use like a hotel machine or somewhere else, my wash machine is flawless. But you open up a machine and you see that black crap in there, bruh, it's disgusting. And then you're like, hold on, I never checked mine. You go home and you open yours, you got one too. Because the soap that stays in the machine, if you don't clean your tub once a month, it actually causes that. So if you've never cleaned your wash machine tub, you probably got that black nasty mold in your shit too. Talk about washing my clothes clean. No, they're not. So Paul just comes in and teaches you how to do some really, really basic stuff. And he's on a mission to stop the built-in obsolescence. Like these machines making this money. These machines are made to die, so you got to throw them away in 2 to 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Paul said, I taught him something, but that's weird. Yo, this is dope, dude. This is so different from Paul like a year ago. Come on, but look at that head, though. That's like an orange on a toothpick. I love you, Paul. Dude, that is sick, bro. Come on. Like, my man's just stepped the game up. Like, my man's just legit stepped the game up. And I'm just saying, like, you'd be surprised at what you can make dope, helpful content out of it. Everybody that knows me knows I have been preaching do the side helpful, not the side hustle since the day y'all met me. If you making the joint better, you're going to be in the building.
Right,
You know what I'm
we can
saying?
run through that, right? The purpose is stopping the built-in obsolescence, right?
Yes,
That's the
it
purpose.
says it right there on the thumbnail, bro. You know what
It's
I'm
like
saying?
very clear,
Yes.
right? And that could mean so many different things. But then, who is it for? The people of his country who need appliances, right? And then, so the project is teaching people to repair these appliances. That's also his unfair advantage because he has knowledge about it. He's got his shop. He knows how to do it, and he's teaching other people how to do it. Like it's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's super crazy. I mean,
think-
look at this. Over 1 million people have needed to clean out their wash machine filter pump. Like, to me, this is mind blowing. As a person who studies YouTube like this is mind blowing. You know what I mean? Like, just absolutely crazy. And like things like testing out and replacing this oven thing. See, I was on something. I knew what I was talking about. But yeah, it's kind of incredible. And, you know, Paul comes in with curious questions and he figures it out and he makes it work. But it's just that you can just find a lane, find a passion. He covered all of the things like Mary Lou said, right? If you were to look at the list and you would go down to something, what is something you feel strongly about? Not polluting the planet with, like, you know, old machines and shit, right? What is something that you already talk about all the time? He's an appliance repair guy. So naturally, he's the Maytag man. Well, Maytag is under a different brand in the UK. It's like Beko or some shit. And then what was something that you was into as a kid? Well, I don't know, because Paul ain't been a kid for 60 years, but, you know. But what is this unfair advantage? Like Mary Soulette, he knows everything there is to know about appliances because he done fixed about 1,100 of them. It's just brilliant, bro. It's brilliant. And every one of y'all have an opportunity to get into something like this. You know what I mean?
I think one thing that people do is we all have a drop of food coloring, and everybody wants to run to the swimming pool and put their food coloring in. But the problem is it just gets diluted.
Mm-hmm.
What not everybody realizes that if you fill a glass of water, your unique little glass of water, and you put that drop of food coloring in, it's much brighter.
Oh, so you made
when
my
you do your own
analogy
thing.
less nasty?
That works a little bit better for
That
me.
was way
I'm like,
better.
I'm not trying to be poison, but I could
Oh
be.
my God, that was so
color.
much better. That was so much better. Why'd you say that in the show, Paul? Damn it. Oh my God.
That was
that's-
dope, man. That was good.
That was much better than doo-doo drops. That almost gave Janet a heart attack.
Yeah, she and I were like, what is happening?
Yo, that was super funny, bro. I'm over here like. Oh yes. So anyway, gang, thank you for coming through. This was good. This was good, and I am going to again move the episode 4 over to the iPad, and I'm gonna attempt to edit that. And today, for class, I'm gonna set up the Libsyn page. We be ready. It's super exciting. All right. So Tuesday, like right after we're done, I'm getting on the jet plane.
All right.
So-
Well, Tuesday we will get to we'll film 6, and then
Yeah,
that's
we'll
what's our
do
goal.
it quick
was
though.
6.
So
Yeah.
we should have the Notion part. We're gonna skip that part Tuesday. 'Cause we're just gonna come record this so and get because I
Yeah.
gotta leave it.
And we
on
could
the
do it
jet
outside
plane.
of that too if you wanted.
No, they like being here. They like laughing at my. Plus,
He
something
liked it
about,
better with the audience than it was
Well,
just me.
it's
He
something
was
about
like,
AT
he's like,
over
this
here
is okay.
making weird faces in the. I can see her like she's right here, like out the corner of my eye, and she'd be like, I'd be cracking up. Yeah, you're in the middle. You're Nipsey Russell today. Wait, what'd I do with that picture? You're absolutely Nipsey Russell today. I'll take Alicia for the block. Again, only old people know that. Everybody else is like, what is he talking about? See? I'll take Alicia for the block. All right, gang. Y'all know what it is. Thank you, Lou. I appreciate y'all. And then What is June talking about now? You got to know if you want to stand out. There you go. Thank you, people. I will see you in the next one. Trying to type my rests to Troy. No, not doing it. Not doing it, Gretchen. All right, family. Love you guys. Peace out. I don't have a hang up screen for the Creators Unstuck profile. Bye.